Hi, Mark Palmquist here. I hope you can hear me. I'm trying to yell since my speaker gets full of sawdust. I'm going to go ahead and glue up the back half of the new shape of the back half of the sailing punt. I have all the parts are right here. I have the back transom, the mid transom, the two sides. I have 3 spacers that will go this way. And I have corner blocks, 4 of them. These are temporary. I'm going to glue them in place with hot melt glue, and that will ensure that they're glued at 90 degrees. And then tomorrow I'll knock them off with a hammer, and there's the bottom of the punt. So all of this can be glued up in about 20 minutes maybe. I think it might have taken an hour to cut all these parts, maybe at the most. So, okay, I was intending to do a time-lapse video, but I guess it didn't turn on. So, yeah, it's been about 15 minutes, and I got it all glued up. I'm just using 1, 2, 3 staples here. There's the corner block that I use temporarily. That kind of holds it at 90 degrees while I get the staples in. These are very important. These are spacers. And what I did was I just attached them with 2 pin nails, but I angled them. So they're going in at like a V-shaped pattern, so they can't pop out. But tomorrow I can knock these out with a hammer very easily. So those are the spacers. And over here I had an issue with warpage, so I just put a clamp on it. And now I'm going to glue the bottom panel in place. I'm just going to spread Titebond 3 along the edge and use this staple gun. Narrow crown staple gun, 6 millimeters wide, 5/8 of an inch long. Okay, so it's really important that you that your plywood is square, and I always start with one of the transoms and make sure that that's nice and square. Then I start with another edge. There's an indentation right here, so I'm gonna get a drill, screw a hole in there and pull it out with a pliers or something. Okay, just pulling it out, making it nice and flush. Oh God. All right, I got the warp out. There we go. I have to push in. All right, there's one side. Okay, so that's how I make sure it's all parallel. when you have kind of thin and plywood that might be slightly warped. That's the nice thing about a rectangle. You can have this one piece that's a perfect rectangle, and everything else can have curves on it or whatever. And you just line everything up to the rectangle, which you know has parallel sides. And you end up with parallel sides on your boat. Now before I leave, I'll probably jiggle the boat so that it doesn't glue itself to my workbench. I do have clear coat on the workbench, but it's really worn out, and I don't want it to glue to my workbench. Okay, so what I have done is I made the bottom about 1/8 inch oversized, and the length is about 3/4 of an inch oversized. I started here at this one corner, went across here, made sure this was all flush, and then I went along one edge and made sure this was all flush. It's only off by like less than 1 millimeter there. And then here's the overhang on the other side. That can be flush trimmed tomorrow. And then the key to this edge is, because you have a 1/8 inch overhang, you have to use your fingers to make sure that you continue to have a 1/8 inch overhang along the whole edge. So I just do that by feel. Right here, it's a little bit less. I mean, it's a little bit more than 1/8 inch. And then yeah, here's the concave stern, which is a new test to see if this works. And then yeah, I have to clean up that glue, and I have to jiggle it before it glues itself to my workbench. Okay, so one thing that I have changed from last time is I do not use paper tape anymore, but I have switched to cotton. So this is all 100% cotton. It's like a paper towel, but it's made out of cotton. You can get it at Home Depot. It's called Intex PFC Soft Rags Premium. Absorbent, biodegradable, strong. So yeah, this stuff is very strong, especially when you dip it in Titebond 3. So first I take a scissors and I cut it into strips, approximately 1.5 inches wide. And then I basically just glue it onto these external corners. But before I do that, I'm gonna radius this edge with a tiny little radius bit. Okay, I radiused all the edges except this is the back edge. I'm not gonna radius this one. You want clean separation flow. So I'm just gonna use this saw. I highly recommend this brand of Japanese Ryobi pull saws. It's called Gaiokucho. I don't know if you can see that. Gaiokucho. They're stainless steel, so if I get glue on it, I just stick it in some water, wipe it off, and it's good to go. It's not going to rust like the cheap ones you get at Home Depot or Lowe's. Okay, I just glued one edge with this paper. I meant to film it, but for some reason the camera didn't start. So I'll go ahead and film the other side. I'm just dipping it in Titebond 3. All right, here's my very unorthodox style of sealing the corners of a plywood boat. So just take one of these and stick it up here. Assume that it's going to stretch when it gets wet. Mark where to cut it. Cut it a little bit shorter than that. you can cut this stuff with a sharp knife. I actually sharpened my knife. This is a high quality knife, but I sharpened it, and it kind of looks beat up, but this thing will cut through anything. All right, and I just dip it in here. Make sure it's wet both sides, and stick it on. Okay, there's my fabric mache boat hull. And then you just kind of like go around and just wipe up the excess glue, and then you're done. Okay, so I've spent about 2.5 hours on this boat hull, and the exterior is almost done. The only thing that needs to be added to the hull is a gun rail, an inner floor, and primer and paint, and that's about it. But everything else I was able to complete in less than 3 hours. The other thing I like about this is you can go vertically with no problem. You try to go vertically with epoxy and fiberglass tape, and it's going to be a lot harder to get stuff to stick. This stuff sticks very well and very easily. So yeah, I've messed around with epoxy because everybody kept saying it's the only way you can do it. It's the best way. It's basically been the general epoxy. So yeah, guess how many rags it took to do this whole boat? It took me 3 rags. The magic thing about Titebond 3 is if you just don't mess with it, you come back the next day and it's like super strong and hard, durable. And yes, they say don't use it below the water line, but this is just a day boat. It's only in the water for 2 or 3 hours. It's going to be primed and painted with waterproof paint. And just as an experiment, I left the shuttle punt out last winter, and also the wing ran out for like months in the snow, in the rain. And as long as you have it up on blocks, there's not going to be degradation. This is where I have to use my left hand, even though scissors don't work this way. But there we go. Did you know scissors don't work for left-handed people? So I've had to learn how to be ambidextrous. But it's actually easier to run a table saw if you're left-handed. Okay, that's done. All I gotta make sure is that I don't glue this to my workbench. There we go. All right, the exterior is done. I can clean up my hands and go home.